So I've been asking everyone about the fact that as of last week, now you've got Mr. Boss in the mix.
Yeah.
So I kind of like how you're kind of growing your group of supervillains, as it were. You know, you got Vondu Clark, you've got obviously Blaine, now you've got Boss. So we start to see sort of these different elements maybe overlap a little bit as we're going forward.
Yeah, I think season 2 has been all about creating a richer city almost and having more characters. And it's always great to have, you know, you're only as strong as your villains, right? So, yeah, it's been great, and I think we are all crossing wires now, and like Ravi and Blaine seems to be butting heads a lot more.
Yeah.
Vondu Clark's reach, and we've got Gilder as well as another villain, and yeah, it's awesome having our own little rogues gallery.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot going on with Major, less secrets. And I am curious, you know, with Ravi and him, they're buddies, they're roommates, you know, might Ravi start to sort of hone in on some of what's going on, whether Major likes it or not?
I think he's obviously, he's perceptive, and during season 1 he was also the one that was the vocal force behind letting Major, like letting him know what's going on because of what was happening to him, and looking for those kids from the shelter was driving him insane. And I think the same thing's kind of happening here, where Ravi's noticed behavioural changes. But I think what the problem is that Ravi, I think, still assumes it's from there, not realising what it's turned into and what else he's up to. He's kind of he still thinks he's just recovering from the meet cute, the shoot up, and so he's not in the know as much this time. Mm-hmm. But he is aware that Major's not himself, and yeah. But also Ravi's preoccupied. He's trying desperately to find Utopium, tainted Utopium, and that's been his kind of mission this season.
Mm-hmm. Might that mission, you know, maybe put him in a little more direct danger, considering some of the elements out there?
Yeah, it's forcing Ravi to kind of mix with unsavory characters, just because obviously his MO is to find drugs, basically. So he's having to, which is why he's crossing paths with Blaine, which has got them in the mix. At the same time, I think Ravi has a knack for upsetting the wrong people. I am making a complete assumption here, but Ravi's research and what he's doing could ultimately lead to upsetting, you know, maybe the big bads, you know, Mr. Boss or Vondu Clark. That's me just completely making an assumption here, but we're all kind of tied by Max Rager and Utopium and the outbreak. So yeah, I see a little bit more peril for Ravi.
You think, I was asking Buckley about this a bit, but you know, you think that the fact that he was blamed for longer, but Major was a zombie briefly, mm-hmm. That, you know, there might be something there if Ravi were to maybe study him a bit more, study his blood more, and see any after effects that might be lingering.
Well, he's aware that they have a perception, they have a spider sense almost of when zombies are around, and he is monitoring both Blaine and Major. Whatever happens to, and we also have New Hope, the wonderfully named Rat.
Yes.
And that's very much the canary in the mine. So anything that the Rat experiences is likely going to happen to Major and Blaine. So we get to play with that. So I can't say what happens, but there's definitely some terrible side effects from that cure.
We've seen a bit of Ravi's love life. You know, Peyton's back in town, but then there was some other stuff going on.
It's not really much of a love life. It's been fun to play with those aspects. It hasn't been a huge thing. Obviously, Ravi's not that kind of plays that kind of character. That you know, that device in the show. But it's been great to have some scenes that didn't involve tainted Utopium or handling rats, or watching Liv eat brains. Peyton, yeah, the relationship with Peyton's been great because we didn't really get to indulge in it too much in season 1. Our characters became romantically linked towards the finale, and then the finale takes precedence over things like that. So we actually, when we came into season 2, that relationship was dead. Ali was coming back, but we were under the impression, we were told that this scene that we're going to do is it. There's not going to be anything more. We say our platonic reunion, and then we're out. But they liked the scene so much that Rob Thomas emailed us and was like, we're going to keep it going actually. So that was awesome to know that we kind of saved that. So now we're playing the awkward ex-lovers. And we have Steph as well, the girl he met at the Utopian binge.
Yes. I really enjoy, I think a lot of people enjoy the Liv and Ravi dynamic, and putting it back into sort of superhero terms, that he gets to sort of serve, I don't know if Alfred is the right term, but he has to serve like
he can be a bit Alfred, sometimes he can be a bit Robin.
I guess.
Yeah, he kind of...
Bit Lucius Fox.
Yeah. Harry White as well, I guess he's the boss.
That's true.
Yeah, Oh, sorry, I didn't even...
I was just going to say, was it fun for you guys sort of figuring out that dynamic and seeing how the two of them work together as you've gone on this show?
It's been a highlight. Like, I've really made friends for life on this show. It's no secret, and I think people know from our social medias and from our interviews that we are a very close cast. We all just clicked, and I guess it's just those right chemistry, right age groups, whatever it was, we just clicked. And there's a lot of bromance going on over here. Everyone's throwing out with someone. But still, for me, since the pilot, it's been me and Rose McIver's connection. I don't know what it is, we've never really addressed it, but since the day we met, we just hit it off and have the same sense of humour, and I get excited when I know I've got scenes with her, and she's got this big stupid smile on her face when we start working, and it's just developed into this thing, and the writers obviously wanted them to have a friendship, but it's turned into a bit of a... It's been so many things. It's like you said, it can be a mentor at sometimes, and a guidance or a moral compass. At the same time, he could be her sidekick. Another time, he's her brother, older or younger, depending on what we need. And it's been very much the same with me and Rose. Like, she's been a mentor to me. She's treats me like a little brother at some point. It's just reflecting back.